What's happening, YouTube family? Mikhail here with another video. This one's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a Q&A, but we're on the road. We are out and about, so yeah, lots of fun. I made this one, actually, it's special in a way, like different than what we did before. This Q&A is going to be solely about the place where I'm from, my country, Nicaragua, and everything my friends wanted to know about it. Let's get started, but first, oh my gosh, you guys, look at this. Look at this snow. This is silly. I was so not expecting this yesterday. I was like not expecting this at all, and then all of a sudden I got like just like a dumping of snow. Had to clean the driveway. Freaking forever long driveway, so you can see. Thankfully, my father-in-law has a four-wheeler that has a plow in the front, so that worked out. That helped. Okay, before I get going, let's answer one question. LJ asked on Facebook, what is your favorite food? Or he just said favorite food. So let me tell you this. In Nicaragua, there's this little food stands. They're almost in every corner. They're called fritangas. And at the fritanga, they have this rice and beans, which is the base of what we eat in Nicaragua. It's rice and beans. We call it gallo pinto. So I love to order that, and I like to order that with a side of carne asada, which is just skirt steak, kind of cooked in a long strip. Some fried sweet plantain that we call maduro, and also this thing called torta de papa, which is like a potato cake. It's essentially mashed potatoes that have been made into a little bowl, and then haul it out, put cheese in the middle, close out, and then deep fry. Oh, it's so tasty. Oh man. All right, gotta get to work, but we'll talk some more when I get there. Okay, so I had to stop and get some food on my way to work because this daggone snow is gonna make me have to stay late at work, so I figure I'd grab something to eat. Anyways, but my food is not ready, so I have a few more minutes to wait for it, so I figure I'll answer another question while I'm waiting. So next question comes from Uncle Tom. Tom Grace says, besides family, what is something that you miss from Nicaragua? Uncle Tom, I miss, well, obviously I miss my friends, but I miss the weather. I definitely miss the intense, like, tropical rain monsoon weather and the blistering hot of the summer. It's nice. And I know that sounds crazy, and we were there 2 years ago. Tammy was there 2 years ago, and she learned to appreciate cold showers while we were in Nicaragua because it was so hot. So yeah, I definitely miss the weather. Next question comes from my friend Brenda Huffman, all the way from Michigan. What up, Michigan? What led you to move here? So my dad lived in Ohio for about 20 years, I think, at the time that I moved, which was 10 years ago. And yeah, he lived here with his wife, and yeah, they requested for me to come, and it was a big decision for me because like honestly, I didn't want to move. Like I feel like at some point coming soon, my buddy Luke is gonna help me film 10 years into making this story, but I didn't want to move to the States. I just wasn't happy with the decision, and I actually had a very clear opportunity to not do it, to just like pull out at the very last minute while I was in my interview at the embassy. But I ended up just looking at my mom through the window and realizing how disappointed and heartbroken she would be if I had decided to stay there, which hindsight, like, it's probably the best decision I've ever made, was to go through with it and move to the States, because, well, I have lots of bigger opportunities here, stuff that I would have never been able to achieve back in Nicaragua. So I guess to answer your question, my dad applied. My dad and my stepmom applied for me to come here, and it was just like a decision made out of love and fear of disappointing my mom. So that's the answer. Next question comes from Miranda Carrion. Hey, Miranda. So like Miranda is married to a paisano of mine. A paisa, it's a guide or a Persian that it's from the same place you're from. So like she married a fellow Nicaraguan. Miranda asked, favorite Nicaraguan dish? I will refer back to question number 1 from LJ. I love gallo pinto as a base, and then you can just put anything next to it: fried cheese, potato cake, carne asada, just you name it. I'm happy I'm happy eating whatever I'm eating as long as I'm eating it in Nicaragua. Also, nacatamal, which pro tip, there's a website called Nacatamal Nica where you can order Nicaraguan food and they will put in a dry ice bag and like it stays fresh and they'll ship it to you. It's really expensive and I try to do it at least once a year if I can, but when I do get it, it's delicious. Okay, one more question before I have to get going. Zoe Smalley asked, Christianity in Nicaragua versus America. Well, as you guys know, I'm a firm, strong believer in Jesus Christ. He's my Lord and Savior, and I love him dearly. That being said, Christianity is a big part of my life. So she asked, how is Christianity in Nicaragua different than Christianity in America? Well, it's different in a sense that when you live in a country where everything is very limited and you're very, very poor and you don't have a lot of access or you don't have the opportunity to rely on yourself to get stuff, you find your faith stronger and you have people trusting God and in the Holy Spirit more than you do here. And I'm not saying that is everyone here, but we as a society in America, we learn to rely on ourselves, and if we get sick, well, we have the money to pay to go to the doctor. If we need food, we can just make a quick run to Walmart and get the stuff that we need. And I get it, like that's not everyone, but in Nicaragua that is the vast majority. So whenever when people say like give us, when the prayer says give us today our daily bread, when the Lord's Prayer says give us today our daily bread, that's literally what it means in Nicaragua. Like, we do stuff day by day. We may have food today, we may not have food tomorrow. So like everything that we do is on a day-by-day basis, and people learn to rely on God more often than we do here in America, and that's, I feel like, a glaring difference. But yeah, okay, so I'm gonna go pick up my food and then I'll pick this up in a minute. All right, I made it to work. I'm on my way in now, just walking into the building, and I will answer a couple more questions maybe. Dakota asked, what made you come to the States? Dakota, buddy, referred to 2 questions ago. I answered that. And one more, Sarah Settles says, what was your favorite part about working at Scott's? This is not really a Nicaragua question, but I'll answer it because Scott's was the first job that I held when I moved to the States, and that's where I met Sarah. Sarah, just honestly, like, people that I met there and the people that I kept in touch with are just like some of the best people. Not really fabulous memories there, but I love the people that I work with there. All right, let's keep this going. I'm getting ready to wrap up and go home here. So Jennifer, my sister, asked, do the home structures differ? In what ways? As an example, in the US, most home windows have screens. Do the homes in Nicaragua also? No, they do not. They have metal bars. The nicer houses are brick and concrete houses with large windows as openings, and they don't have screens. They have, essentially, some of them have shutters, but most of them has iron bars on the outside to keep the house safe from intruders. But the large majority of homes in Nicaragua is not even that. They're usually like long sticks with metal sheets on the sides and metal sheets on top, and that's it. My friend Will Schmitter asked, have you ever been so embarrassingly congested and you wanted all your coworkers to know about it? Yes. Early on in my early years in America, when I was still learning English, I got the word congested and constipated mixed up. So I went around my office at the time where I was working, telling people that I was constipated. Yeah, I had to get that whole mix-up clarified by my then girlfriend, now wife, my Tammy. I embarrassingly told her that I was constipated after only have been dating for a month, I think. So then she proceeded to explain that no, I wasn't constipated, I was congested, after I explained that I couldn't breathe out of my nose. So then I had the awkward task to go and tell all my coworkers who I already told I was constipated, that I was not constipated and that I was congested. They of course did not believe me, and from that day forward I was the guy that was constipated at the office. Carmen Hall, she's an amazing photographer. You must check her out. I'm gonna drop her Insta here just because I like Carmen a lot. Have you ever sneezed and sharted at the same time? No, I have not have had the displeasure of doing such thing. No, I have not. I think Ben Hartley commented under that saying, Carmen Hall, this. So, yeah, no, Ben, Carmen, I have not had the displeasure of doing such a thing. No. My main dude, Luke Carmichael, asks, why are you so cute? Well, my mama made me that way, also Jesus, so that's that. Where do you like to eat? Anywhere that has tacos, honestly. Who's your favorite filmmaker? Luke Carmichael. One of them, anyways. I mean, I have to say, like, if I went down the list, I'll probably have to say Casey Neistat, because that dude's amazing, and just a visionary, really. Peter McKinnon, Mari Hapoja, Chris Howe, Cody Warner. I can list a bazillion, but I have to say, from big filmmakers, I really love Tarantino, Scorsese, and Christopher Nolan. He also asked, will you go to Florida with me for a Destiny convention? Yes. Is that even a question, bro? I will go to Florida with you any day. You know that. Kelly Dobbins asks, what is your favorite comfort food from Nicaragua? Kelly, that answer almost goes along with what I had answered before. There's this thing called potato cake or torta de papa, and it's essentially mashed potatoes that you push and make a hole in it, put cheese in it, seal the hole, and then just like deep fry that thing, and it's so good, so tasty. Shelly Henson asks, do you miss Nicaragua and your family there, your mom and your little brother, or did they come to America now? No, unfortunately, they have not come to America yet. But yes, I'm hoping to have them here soon. I miss them tremendously. I miss them dearly, and there is not a day that goes by without me thinking of them and wondering what life is like for my friends and family back home. Hillary Overfield asks, how are schools similar or different compared to America? Very, very different. I remember in high school wanting nothing but to have a locker. Yes, as ridiculous as that sounds, like I wanted to go to high school in America just so I could have a locker. And what I'm told is that kids here that have lockers don't even use them half the time, which is just crazy to me. Another way that is different is, like, at least in school when I was little, there's this level of school pride and responsibility that kids take in their own schools. That meaning that after the school day is done, we clean the room, the kids clean the room, clean the patio, and just make sure everything that was set out needs put away, put back, and everything is nice and clean for the next day. So kids have lots of responsibilities at school, at least the school that I attended to when I was young, and I think that's still the case. It wasn't so much like that in high school, but yeah, high school in Nicaragua was very, very different. It's entirely different, to say. Even the schedule. So, like, we go to school from 7 a.m. to noon, pretty much every day of the year, with the exception of the Christmas break and Easter break, and that's it. We get a week off for Easter. Okay, there's only a few questions left, so I'm gonna answer these on the way out. Okay, now that we're out, Ray or Sean, either one of them that it's in this account right now, ask, wrong question. Was the process to become an American citizen very difficult? It was lengthy, but it was not very difficult. So here's a fun story. Like, you had to take a civic test, civic information test, civic knowledge test, and you have to take an English test. So whenever I walked in to do my testing, the lady working at the immigration office asked how I was doing. So I told her that I was doing great, and that I was happy to be there. And then I said, you know what? I almost said supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, but I figured that would have been a little over the top. She laughed and she said, I clearly don't have to test you in English, so guess you're good. Then again, that was not that long ago, so like at that point my English was pretty good. Not that my English is great, but at that point my English was pretty good. All right, so I'm at Starbucks now with my buddy Ryan. Ryan is holding this. They just called my drink, but I'll go get it in a minute. Anyways, Antina asked, do people drive like idiots there like they do here? They drive worse. It's awful. No one respects the traffic laws, you know, like the little boulevards in the middle of like big roads and stuff. you see all the motorcycle drivers just kind of like jump in the boulevard and just jump in the boulevard, or like driving between cars, and you know, pedestrians just like walking across in the middle of like nasty traffic. So yeah, it's absolutely stupid. Be happy that you live in America. Be thankful that you live in America. And traffic here is not so bad. After you've experienced really bad traffic, this is a breeze. You don't sweat the little things after a while. My buddy Roy Jarrett asked, describe the most beautiful, peaceful spot in Nicaragua. I'm sure you've already finished recording this video. No, I didn't finish recording this video. I'm finishing now. So I still got to your question, Jarrett. Most beautiful spot I've ever visited in Nicaragua. There's this island off the side of the Caribbean coast called Corn Island, and in this island there's little islands surrounding it, and in those little islands there's like cabins and stuff. So like you can go and spend the night there. That's like spot number one. It's beautiful. It's like Bora Bora, but except like a lot more like rustic, a lot more raw. So yeah, you have to take a boat to the little cabin. So like it's pretty cool. The other spot is in the northern side, Matagalpa. There's an archaic resort there where you can go and you can spend the night there, and there's bamboo tubing that goes to like to a waterfall where the water comes from, and that's how you bathe. So like it's really beautiful and quiet there. There's a short little hike to the top of a mountain where you can see the beautiful valleys and mountains of northern Nicaragua, which is another one of my favorite spots, and San Juan del Sur, which is southernmost point, not southernmost, but like really close to Costa Rica on the southern side. It is this beautiful bay. I love San Juan del Sur. I spent most of my summers there when I was in high school, so I love that place. My wife, she's trying to ruffle some feathers here. She asked, what is the government like there as opposed to what it is here? Do you have all the same freedoms? No, we don't have the same freedoms in Nicaragua that we do in America. A good example of that is guns are highly illegal. Like, it's really difficult for you to get your hands on a gun. So to give you a perspective, Nicaragua is currently under like a massive civil unrest. There's been like, I think I documented over anywhere between 300 and 400 deaths that happened since the government took over. Slowly, the socialist government that Nicaragua has taken over waterworks, electric works, news channels. So like the situation is bad. But yeah, that's socialism proving itself thing. I don't want to get too political on this. Anyways, yeah, no, it's very different in Nicaragua. I'd be happy that you live in America. Yeah. I want to end on high notes. I have one question from Instagram that came from Sierra, and she asked, what is Mexico like? I'm sure Mexico is very lovely, and I'm sure it's a beautiful place, but I couldn't tell you because I'm not from Mexico. So I guess that's it. This ends the Q&A for now. I'm sure we're gonna do some more of this, some more specific, maybe some other random ones, but for now, I hope you like this video. Click that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, ring the notification bell so you're notified when the next video goes up, and yeah, for now, Mikhail out.